Well, it was Food Bank Volunteer Day, and if I look like a sweaty, awful mess, it's because I am. It's the first day of a major heat wave here in California, and it was pretty gnarly, as they say. Fortunately, we started at 8:30 in the morning, but it got to, well, the temperature said 86 degrees, but we're on a blacktop in the back parking lot of the local casino, and it was much hotter there. The food is covered with tents, and stuff that is perishable, like eggs and stuff, is covered with these blankets, but it's still, it was very hot. We ended up serving about 250 people. We ran out of food because they had planned for 200 and more people came. So I'm going to show you what the clients got, and then I'm going to talk about today at the food bank after that. Everyone got a dozen eggs and bread, either a loaf of bread or in this case muffins. Two envelopes of fajita seasoning mix and a box of Lucky Charms. The rest was produce, and I've left it in the bag here, but there were several peppers and about 6 or 8 apples, some cucumbers, regular potatoes, carrots, and there were some sweet potatoes in there too. Let me find them. Several sweet potatoes and some oranges, and a nice big cauliflower. We had some problems with the food. A lot of the oranges went bad. A lot of the bell peppers went bad. My job during the shift was to get oranges prepared. So they have a big, huge bin. It's about 3 feet high and I don't know, 5 feet by 5 feet, something like that, big plastic bin. So I was digging through them and, tossing out ones that had soft spots or moldy spots and then taking the rest out. Because we didn't have any bagged produce today, all the produce needed to be counted out manually. So what that means is somebody comes up, they have like one ticket for one household. Let's say there's 4 oranges per household, so you'd count out those 4 oranges, and that's okay, but complications arise when people come with multiple tickets, like 2 tickets, 4 tickets, 6 tickets, 7 tickets. People sometimes do delivery runs for other people. So at that point, you're counting, okay, what's 4 times 4, 16. You're counting out all the oranges, trying to pull out the ones that are bad, and hoping that everyone gets the oranges that they deserve and that they're okay. So it was pretty exhausting. Plus all the bending over the big that big plastic bin. At one point, they turned the bin on its side, and all the oranges fell to the bottom, which was much better because at that point we had a lot of oranges been distributed already. So I was really going to bending over to the bottom of the bin. So this way, I was still bending over, but I wasn't bending over the edge of the bin. So, as I said, we got 250 people, which is a lot of people. Every single person has, the groceries counted out and put into the trunk. About halfway through the shift, somebody else took over putting the oranges in the trunk, and I could just concentrate on pulling out oranges out of the big bin and separating the bad ones from the good ones. So that was really great, and I was very grateful to the person who volunteered to take that on, along with the other stuff she was putting in the trunk. I was talking to some of the employees there, and I guess the biggest distribution site is once a week on Mondays. And I used to volunteer there until it reached 500 people going through, and it was just too much. I physically was not able to manage that. Well, now it's reached 750 people once a week. 750 people coming through. So, mind you, we had 250, and I was absolutely busted. 750, they do a lot of walkthroughs there. People can walk through if you don't have a car, because it is in the city. And they've run out of space. They can't bring enough food. They can't fill the trucks with enough food to accommodate that many people. So what they've done now is a second site has opened up and is going to be seniors only. So anyone who's a senior is advised to go to the second site just for seniors, so people for health reasons aren't sitting in the car for hours, especially now in the summer, waiting for their food. So that is the story there, and it's a I guess, an example of how hard things are getting for people. I mean, 750 people. I would like to go back to that site just to see how that's working with the walkthroughs. But I don't have the stamina. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody who works there and see how that is. I might go one time, maybe in the fall or on a day that's not so hot, because it's like, this was enough. And because I am not able to make the next distribution, which is in 2 weeks, I did all my deliveries today. Usually I divide my deliveries into 2 separate days, but I wanted everyone to have food. So I just delivered to everybody today, so it was a lot of delivering. I had I have this big wagon, fold-up wagon, so I just, when it was time for us to gather everything up for our clients, I filled up 4 bags and then took it to various people's houses and pulled it out, put it in the wagon, and came home, took a big nap. This is very hard work physically, but I really enjoy it. I love the people I work with, all the other volunteers there. We all know each other at this point. The staff is amazing. They could not do it without the volunteers, that's for sure. I think there's 2 or 3 staff members and about 12 or 15 volunteers. So we do play an important part in this food distribution. So that was it. I'll be back working again in about another month and looking forward to it. Hopefully we won't have another heat wave of this magnitude, but it's always a pleasure to serve the community. Thank you so much for watching.